Hello everyone, welcome to the Curiosity Science Show. This is the episode number 32, and I'm talking to you from the beautiful city of Lisbon, Portugal. So, I came to France for a meeting for the International Science Council's ISC's expert panel meeting, okay, on science communication. So, yes, it got delayed for a day, so please forgive me for this time. Let's start the show with the science news from the last month. The first news I would like to share is there is a very interesting servicing rocket, or rather a mission by the NASA. It's called NASA's OSAM-1 has begun, which is major boost for the space sustainability. You can actually service the ongoing space shuttles rather than simply making them into the space trash. You know, so it's very interesting mission. Second one is the discovery of an anti-cancer compound. That the compound is called erythrothrombin from the soft coral from the Florida coast. So it's very interesting. From the coastline of the Florida, this blockbuster, anti-cancer compound has recently been discovered. And living with a dog can improve your gut health, and also of the children especially. The gut microbiome. The dogs have got this transformative ability. That is pretty interesting, isn't it? And the bacteria with antibiotic resistant gene has been identified from Antarctica. You know, so it is really alarming. Antibiotic resistance is spreading even to the Antarctica. And finally, there is you might know about lidar. We have covered this in the show many times. That is something like radar, but it's basically light detection and ranging based on the laser. Okay, and it has revealed the relics of the civilization. It's a stunning urban civilization in the existing Amazonian rainforest. Guess what? It's amazing, isn't it? All right, that's it for the news. And now let's round up the discovery of this month. So research suggests that the poverty is not principally the products of capabilities or attitudes. Rather, the very poor are mired in a poverty trap. It just they're just revolving around the trap, and nothing we can do to alleviate it. That is really, really bad. So classically, this is something called Matthew effect. You can check it out what this Matthew effect is. So that is the reason why the social safety nets are really important in an egalitarian society. You cannot simply think that okay, they will drastically improve. They can compete, right? The poor people can compete themselves and to get out of the poverty trap. No, it doesn't happen that way. And the same thing, the other way around as well. The rich kids stay rich, immaterial what they pursue in their life. So there is a glass ceiling between rich and poor. So that's really tough, isn't it? The second one is that scientists have found that the children who spend an above average time playing video games have consistently higher cognitive ability. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? The third is that young men with poor diet saw a significant improvement in their symptoms of depression when they switched to healthy Mediterranean diet. So the diet plays a major role for dealing with the depression. The fourth is the communication of the cats. Cats can learn the names of their owners and the other cats' owners. That is what it's a very interesting study published in Nature. The last week in Nature that I just read this very interesting study. So it can also appear to recognize the names of other cats that they are familiar with. So it's an amazing cat communication. Remember, the last Ig Nobel Prize was awarded to one of the ethologists who studied this communication of the cats, right? And the fifth story is that at the age of 13, the kids' brains shift from focusing on their mother's voices to favor the stranger's voice. So that is what is happening in the teenage around the world. So around 13, 14 years, teenagers start becoming rebellious. So there is an evolutionary reason for it. That is very interesting. Next story is that the microplastics have been found in the lungs of the people undergoing the surgery. So it is first time that the proof of this, the microplastics have seen inside the lungs, the human lungs. So yes, so the ramifications of microplastics we are still learning to comprehend. What exactly is all these the things. So maybe the lung capacity, pulmonary capacity is being affected because of the microplastics. So seventh story is that the migrants in the US are more likely to start firms and to create the jobs. So immigrants are quite overlooked. They are considered like the people who come here to work, but that is not the case, at least in the US. They create jobs, more jobs, and they provide jobs to more people than simply they coming for to work. So that's a very interesting perspective, right? And eighth story is the meta-analysis of 15 studies on the depression suggests that significant mental health benefit from physically active. So yeah, so doctors now can prescribe to be physically fit and active to treat depression. This is the second depression related story of this month. So we have seen that that the diet, especially Mediterranean diet, plays a major role in combating depression. Yeah, you can hear the bird calls behind me, isn't it? Right. So ninth story is that the honey bees can join humans as only animals that can say the difference between odd and even numbers. Look at that, how smart these small creatures are. The honey bees can find the difference between odd number and even number. So it's the only animal beside human we can do it. The 10th story is that the Event Horizon telescope. Remember, this telescope has come out with a fantastic image of the black hole last year, right? So now that we have a fantastic image similar to the last year's image of the Sagittarius A star, that is a massive black hole right in the center of our own galaxy, the Milky Way. So please check out that image. It's a fantastic image, just published 2 weeks back. you know and now a story from Australia, sorry. Researchers have shown that yet another advantage of adding rubber from old tires to the asphalt, that is basically the coal tar, when you construct the roads. So the asphalt mixing with this old tire, otherwise we just don't know how to dispose them properly, right? So this is a very good recycling way for the old tire. So if you mix it, what is going to happen is that the thermal resistivity is increasing, so it becomes resistant to get the cracks. So that's a very good way to recycle these old tires. Now the 12th story is about a dog breed called Pug. I'm sure you know it. The snout is very less. It is nose is almost non-existent in Pug. So the health of the Pug is really, really pathetic. That even the Pug breed is not healthy. That is what the consensus among the veterinarians. So it cannot be considered as a typical dog. That is what the study says. Right? So researchers argue that the health of the dog should be prioritized over the people's desire to own one. I really like this statement. It's not about our desire to own a pug just because the way it looks. So its health should be prioritized, so that the breed is really not healthy. So there is no point in having or owning a pug, right? All right, now coming next is Observances for this month, the June month. So I'm talking to you on the 2nd of the June. Tomorrow, the 3rd June, is the World Bicycle Day. As an avid cyclist, I'm looking forward to celebrate this day with cycling in Paris. 5th is World Environment Day. Of course, a major event. 7th is World Food Safety Day. 8th is Oceans Day. 14th is Blood Donor Day. Do you know that I donate at least 1 unit of blood on every single birthday? I also do plasma donation whenever it is necessitated. So blood donation can save lives. 18th is Sustainable Gastronomy Day. What you eat, there are so many sustainable alternatives. So plants for planet Earth. Right, that's a mantra for sustainable gastronomy. And 21st, everyone is looking forward, especially me, for solstice. It's basically the summer solstice of this year falls on 21st of June. 29th is Day of the Tropics. And while 30th is the Asteroid Day. Asteroid related stories appear often in this channel in the Curiosity Show, right? And coming to the astronomy related or binocular events, you don't need to have any telescope to see any of these events, and I strongly suggest you an app called Skyview app. Right? 17th June is it's a great day to spot Mercury, the planet Mercury. By the way, do you know that the Mercury is the closest planet to all other planets in the solar system? Like, for example, here for Earth, you may think that Mars or Venus must be really close to Earth. No, it is not. On a brief point in their orbital time, we are close to other neighboring planets. But vast amount of time, if you take an average, then we are really close to Mercury, right? So that's very interesting thing, right? So yeah, so you can see Mercury on 17th. And then we have before that we have on 16th we have strawberry moon. That is basically a super moon of this year, strawberry moon, check it out. And on 18th there is conjunction means two planets or celestial bodies come very close by each other. Moon Saturn conjunction, moon and Saturn comes pretty close to each other. There's some aircraft flying, you hear the voice behind, right? I hope my voice is still clear to you. And yeah, so of course 21st, the solstice day, is a conjunction of moon and Jupiter, the biggest planet, the gas giant. And 22nd is the moon Mars conjunction. Both these celestial bodies come very close to each other. Coming to opportunities, we have several opportunities including SERB and PDF and EMBO Global Investigators Network. Please check out the linked show notes of this video for further links to the opportunities coming in the month of June 2022, right? And of course we do have the Facebook page, and we have several moderators in that page that keeps on getting updated with science related stories, and also stories relevant to the researchers. Immaterial is it science or humanities, right? So please check out our the Facebook page as well, for staying abreast with what is happening in the world of research, be it in science or humanities or social sciences or psychology. I love every field. Okay, so I'll before leaving, I would like to show you a little bit of the Lisbon, where I'm talking to you from. Let me show you around. I hope you can see that here. This is the skyline of the Lisbon, the beautiful city, and over there you can see there's Atlantic coastline. I will just update the videos from the beach where I intend to go this afternoon, right? So there is a nice bird chorus also, and the sky is blue. Okay, well, hope you enjoyed this month's show, and I will see you soon for the main curiosity show for the month of July. Until then, take care and goodbye.